About my father this week. Here's one father this week. Here's one you haven't heard. 3 summers ago, Caroline Wallace, then age 1, went to Martha's Vineyard to visit her great-grandfather. Here she is literally taking the first step of her life, reaching out to him. This week, when she learned he had passed away, Caroline, who's now 4, drew this picture of her favorite stuffed bunny, herself, and her great-grandpa. And she dictated this message for him to her teacher. I love you. I miss you because I wanted to say goodbye. And then she signed it. Back in 2005, when my father was 87, he had just written a book. He came on Fox News Sunday to talk about that and all sorts of things. Do you understand why some people feel such disaffection from the mainstream media?
Oh, yeah. No, I think we're wild-eyed commies, liberals. Yes?
That's what they think. And how do you plead?
I think it's damn foolishness. First of all, they're patriots. Just as much as any conservative, even a liberal reporter, is a patriot, wants the best for this country. And people, you know, your fair and balanced friends at Fox don't fully understand that.
All right, let's talk about the book.
Well, yes.
Because what's amazing is all the people you have interviewed over the years. I mean, in the case of the Middle East, everyone from Menachem Begin to Anwar Sadat, from the Shah of Iran to the Ayatollah Khomeini.
He calls you, Imam, forgive me, his words, not mine, a lunatic.
Now, when you say forgive me to a Middle East leader, does that mean you're about to drop the hammer?
Frequently, that's exactly right.
Someone once said about you that Mike Wallace has an underdeveloped sense of other people's privacy. And as your son, I'm here to testify it's absolutely true.
Really?
Yes. What
have I revealed about you that upsets you?
No, but I want to show you something. A few clips from interviews that you have done with celebrities over the years. Take a look.
You really believe an extraterrestrial? Do they come visit you on the porch? Now you're being unpleasant, Wallace, is what you're saying.
Yes, this is what I was a little afraid of. But you don't have to be that unpleasant. It doesn't become you.
I stopped doing jokes immediately as soon as people found out that he was an alcoholic.
Of course, it takes one to know one.
Cruel. You're cruel.
Why do you do that?
Why do I do what?
Why do you sit there and say takes one to know one?
What? He's a drunk.
Or why do you say to Barbra Streisand on national television, you know what your mother says? You don't have time for anyone.
These are interesting questions. Why are you asking? Because they're interesting questions.
Do you never say to yourself, I'm going to embarrass him, I'm going to hurt his feelings?
No. I don't have subpoena powers. They know who I am when they come on. They know the kind of questions that I've asked all my... Actually, I didn't start really asking questions until I was 38 years old. But, and I had to do certain things. I remember before you, we lost your brother. I used to, do all kinds of
commercials, cigarette commercials.
That's correct.
Sent me to college.
That's correct. And I used to say, I've got to raise the kids, therefore I'll do whatever I have to do. And after we lost Peter, I said, I can't hide behind that anymore, and what I'm going to do is, in the memory of your brother, your older brother Peter, I'm going to do something that I am proud of doing and that he would be proud to have me do.
As you look over the whole career, all the places you've gone, all the people you've met, what do you make of it? I mean, what do you make of Myron Leon Wallace from Brookline, Massachusetts, having had this extraordinary journey?
It is extraordinary. It is just, sometimes I can't believe it. Can you imagine talking to Eleanor Roosevelt back in 1957? This extraordinary woman.
I want to ask you a question that in the book, and I didn't realize you'd ever asked it, but that you asked Thomas Hart Benton, the great artist, in 1973.
Yes.
And you asked him, and I'm asking you, do you hate getting old?
Well, I tell you what, I had my hearing aids fixed today so that I could properly hear you.
Good.
I can't see as well. I used to be able to play tennis. I now have, this has stopped me from smoking, a pacemaker. I have for about the last 15 years. Yeah, I don't like getting old.
And you don't retire because?
Because I love, it is not work what I do. I love what I do. When I get up in the morning and I think, I am going to have the opportunity to. I wasn't that happy about waking up this morning.
I felt the same way. All right, finally.
Yes, finally.
I have another idea for a target for your next interview. And the question is, what would you like to ask this fellow?
Oh, my
It's October 30th. William's 3-week birthday.
Grandson.
Yes, my great grandson.
What would you like to ask him?
He's a good-looking kid, isn't he?
He's a good, yes, he takes after his mother.
That's right, he does.
Look at this guy. I've never seen this tape.
No, I've never seen this tape. I have the still. He moves around. That's a nice surprise. Bless you.
Well, it's a great book. It is a great life. I couldn't be prouder of both, and I love you.
I love you. And I'm proud of you.
After we ran that interview, I said, there's no crying on Sunday morning talk shows. Well, there have been lots of tears this week, along with lots of laughs and some wonderful stories. Our family has really held on to each other tightly. Over the last 2 decades, my father became my best friend. He was so interesting, so much fun to be around, and yes, sometimes so exasperating. I didn't get into reporting, at least consciously, because of him. But we used to get such joy from sharing experiences with each other. So many times this week I've wanted to ask him what he thinks about all the coverage of his life. And then I stop and remember he's not here. That is going to take some getting used to. I can't imagine life without him. We'll see you next Fox News Sunday.